Hi everybody, and welcome to Once Upon a Scarf. This channel celebrates vintage scarves, their artistry, their hidden stories, how to style them, and how to find extraordinary examples without overspending or getting ripped off. I promised myself, once this channel hit 100 subscribers, I'd share a discovery about an iconic Dior scarf that I don't think is anywhere else on the internet. The discovery is this: there's a hidden message within one of the most famous monograms in the world, the Dior Oblique pattern, also known as the Trotter. Now, I'll be doing a much longer episode on this particular pattern in the future. How to tell the various versions apart, why I prefer vintage to new, what are the signs of a great oblique scarf. That's all for later. For now, let's stick with the heart of the story. As the House of Dior legend goes, this monogram was created in 1967 by then head designer Marc Bohan, another genius and second heir to the Dior throne after Christian himself and Yves Saint Laurent. But it didn't make a public appearance until 2 years later, 1969, when it was primarily printed on canvas as part of the Dior line of handbags and luggage. It quickly became a house emblem. The pattern is called oblique because it's printed twice. The first lays down the initials of Dior's name in a ghostly shadow. Then those initials are restruck in darker ink on a slight diagonal. That's what the word oblique means. The name is also an homage to a famous haute couture line issued by Christian Dior in 1950, also called oblique. So there we have it, right? But wait, there's much more. How did Bohan get the inspiration for this layout of letters? Inspiration is always tricky to pin down, but I think there may be two answers. One comes from a totally unexpected source. Yes, Andy Warhol, but not the Andy of this and this. Instead, Andy, the graphic designer of the 1950s, who was producing extraordinary shoe ads for I. Miller, and less well known, doing window dressing. In 1955, he created a scene for the Bonwit Teller department store in New York City for Dior perfume, specifically Miss Dior. Here we see Andy's customary, playful, sinuous line, portraying Christian Dior in profile, his mind filled with needles, sewing machines, scissors, and the other tools of a grand couturier. He's surrounded by perfumes, and most intriguing for our purposes, a swarm of big C's with little d's inside. A prototype logo done by a future god of modernism. This window was put together in 1955. Did it influence Bohan 10 years later when he was seeking inspiration for a new mark? Maybe. But turning away now from Andy Warhol, there's another secret source at this monogram's heart. Come with me now to zoom in close. If you see this dot on the I as an actual eye, and the sweep down the back of the D as a nose, and this little circle here as a flower worn in a lapel, this empty space in the Dior logo suddenly materializes into the great man himself. He lives on, literally haunts every issue and reissue of this amazing pattern. I think the house knows it. They must. And now you do too. And that's today's scarf story. I hope you enjoyed it. Please share and subscribe and stay tuned for much, much more on the hidden tales told by great vintage scarves.